Okay, long time no speak. It's been mad busy, really. That's no excuse. Welcome back, Lifebox TV. Short one today. I was planning to get back home and then do all of this recording, but I thought, you know what, my mind was running 100 miles an hour, so I thought let's just do it now in the car, whilst I've got some peace and quiet. It's one of those weekends. Children are away, wife is away. Finally get some time to think. I'm away back from the gym, and today I want to talk about this saying people say to you and people said to me and I said to other people when I was younger, which was be realistic. That's right, be realistic. And that's something that I used to say to people when I thought they were just fantasizing, you know. And sometimes when you're addicted to the hustle, you're addicted to the grind, you can judge people based on where you perceive them to be in their hustle and the kind of, or the size of the dreams that they actually have, which can or can't be a good idea, but it's a tendency that I had. And one thing I used to say to people, and what people used to say to me, was be realistic. Now when I say be realistic, I'm not talking about fantasies. I'm not talking about, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna become an egg. We're not talking about absolute fantasies. We're talking about people who are extremely ambitious or have big dreams. And be careful of people who tell you to be careful. Or to be realistic. Sorry. Be careful of people who say be realistic. Because you have to ask yourself, why not? You know, why not be unrealistic? Why not have big dreams and big ambitions? Why not? And I'll tell you why not for me. The number one why not, number one reason why I used to tell myself I need to be realistic in my expectations was that I couldn't see a connection or feasibly conceive how I could get to the places that I wanted to get to, or the big dreams or visions from where I was. I thought to myself, you know, it's inconceivable to map together or to weave together processes, incidents, and experiences that can possibly get me to where I was intending to be, or where I was dreaming about at that time. And with life and with experience, I've come to realize that it's not your responsibility actually to figure out how you get to those dreams, but it's your responsibility to be completely connected to and embedded in those dreams and visions and apply your hustle to it. That's why I've come to realize that there's nothing wrong with having big dreams, and you don't have to be realistic. The greatest feat that man has achieved has not been achieved by people who were being realistic. In fact, they were being completely irresponsible in their thoughts, to the extent that those closest to them, those who knew them, their family members, those who saw them growing up, just could not conceive. What business is it of yours to think about doing the kind of things that you're talking about doing? Banish those thoughts, banish those people today, especially if you're a younger person. If you're young, you're in your teens, getting to your 20s, and you're starting to dream big about the things you want to do, particularly the things you want to create when you're trying to venture into places unknown. Be unrealistic, be completely unrealistic. Dream big, think of huge visions. Why? Because it opens your mind up to attain levels that others can't attain, and life begins to map together. If you're completely ingrained and you're hustling and you're working towards it, begins to weave together. God begins to weave together situations, circumstances, people, incidents, things that happen that bring you closer to it. And what you find has been my case, and the case of many who have done great things, is that you look back sometimes and you think, how the hell did I get here? Had I known that it was conceivable to reach these levels, or had I known now that I can see these levels, that all I had to do was dream big and apply myself in those visions, then I would have started earlier. I would not have stopped before. I would not have stopped the second, the third, the fourth time. I wouldn't have adjusted my vision to mediocrity just because that's those people around me. I wouldn't have just said this is what's normal. Normal is meaningless. There's no such thing as normal. Normal is relevant to your dream, or relative to your dream and your ambitions and your talent. And as a sub note, talent is not enough, which is where the hustle comes in. So the bottom line is this: my admonition to you, or my suggestion to you today, is don't be realistic. And if the next time someone says to you, be realistic, just look at them a couple times, make a mental note about who those people are and be careful that they're not saying those things regularly. Chances are that they can't see themselves reaching those levels. On the most basic level, I was working in a company many years ago, and I worked with a guy who was the top dog at the time. His name began with a H. I was working at a big company, big telecoms company. And I just joined. I'd been one of the youngest people, in fact, one of the first people to attain the role of a field-based account manager, having worked in the desk. And I sat down with this guy at lunch, having just joined a new team with people who were earning 30, 40,000 pounds more than me. I was, wide-eyed, young, black kid who just came from the desk, because now I'm working in the field with these guys. And even at that, I wasn't satisfied with the level I was at. I was like, there's got to be more to life than this. I'm leaving this company. I've only been here a couple of months, but I'm not satisfied with where I am. I'm not satisfied with the money I'm making. I need to do more. And this guy said to me, "Oh, you know what, Jones, you need to calm down. You're still young. You need to be realistic. You will not get a better pension than this." And that scarred me for life. I looked at this geezer laughing, drinks, it's like all drinks and everything. And it was like third person view, laughing away like, "Yeah, you can never leave here. Best pension in the world." I'm thinking, you're a joker, mate. Best pension in the world? That's your problem. Your vision is pension. Your realistic is pension. That's not my realistic. My truth is excess. And by the special grace, I will get there. And yours should be too. There is no limitation. You are limitless. So don't be realistic. Be absolutely unrealistic. Wishing you luck on your journey to greatness. It's been Jones, Lifebox TV. Peace.